Recording in progress.
Sorry about that echo. So today we are going to be discussing trade modification formula for buying and selling. So that's what our topic for today would center on. Remember, but we didn't actually do a practical of how to pick trades, right? So what is trade modification? So let's write. I'm still with you. I'm just waiting for Mr. Kingsley to connect back, so I wouldn't have to go over again. Okay, so everybody right now, trade modification means to put stop loss or take profits. Write it down. Trade modification means to put stop loss or take profits. Trade modification means to put stop loss. Let me type it on the screen. Stop loss and take profits. Take profits. First stop. When entering, sorry, before the first stop, when entering a trade, trade modification means to put stop loss or and take profits when entering a trade or when we enter a trade. First stop. Now remember, all we do in the forex market is either we are buying or we are selling. True or false, everybody? Everything done in the market, when you go even into your local market, you are either a buyer or a seller. So I see a lot of people, they take a trade. Sometimes they could be selling or they could be buying. And they just place the trade and allow it to run without modifying the trade. It's dangerous. It can be likened to a situation where, let's say Mr. Kingston is in a business right now, you decide to open a shop, right? Mr. Kingston, stay with me. You open your shop and then you stock it with goods. John, hope you're still here. You stock it with goods. Now, if your goods are loaded in your shop, fully open, and you are not there.
Yes, I'm here.
A robber comes. You know that will result in losses for you, true or false? Because you are not there to stop the thief, right? So it's like saying you enter that trade or that business without setting a stop loss. So if that trade is going against you, nobody's going to stop the loss. That's why I liken it to you opening a shop and then putting goods there without setting a stop loss. Now, also, let me give you another scenario. If you open your shop and I see some goods I love there, and I come to your shop and I want to pay you money, that money that will make you make profits, and you are not there, what do you think would happen? I will go away with my profits, is it not? When I'm tired of waiting, yes or no? Good. So anytime you enter a trade and you don't set what you call making profits in the first market, we call it take profits. Once you don't set a profit target, it's like saying you just enter that trade, you have no goal. You know, if you're going somewhere, you don't have a destination. What happens? Everywhere looks like a way, you can get lost. So the same thing, if you enter a trade and you do not set a profit level, which is what we call take profit, it's like a waste of time. It's like you put your food in a microwave and you put it on, no timer, no nothing. That food will burn eventually because at some point it will get done. Now that point it got done is like saying at that point your trade is in profit. But what happens after it's in profit for a long time and you're not there to also put off the microwave when your food is warm? What happens at some point it will get burnt. So it's also possible to lose all the profit you make if you don't have a profit target. Am I making sense? If that statement makes sense, please drop some sense on the chat box. Drop some sense on the chat box. Okay, great. So in front of that stop loss, put SL. Most times we don't say stop loss. We'll do like an abbreviation. The SL means the S is for stop, L is for loss, right? While take profit will be TP. The T for take, the P for profits. Do you understand now? So most often when you see people, they'll say, oh, TP hits. It means our profit target actually hits. And if you hear words like, oh, SL hits, what it means is the loss was the one that got it, right? So now let's do an example. But before we go there, how do we now modify a trade when we are buying? How do we modify a trade when we are selling? That takes us to this formula. So write this down. Trade modification when buying. That's like a subtopic. Trade modification when buying. Trade modification when buying. Trade modification when buying. When buying. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So write this down. Take profits. Take profits. You can just write TP. No, before you put that formula, just write this. In a buy trade, comma, write this. In a buy trade, buy, comma, for you to take profits,
Okay.
You add pips to your entry price. You add pips to your entry price. You add pips to your entry price. Remember, pip is PIPS. We discussed that last class. You add pips to your entry price. Are we together?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So now write this. CP is equals to, this down like the formula. CP is equals to entry price plus pips. Remember, this is for a buy trade, is it not? It's like saying that's the summary of that route, that you add pips to your entry price for you to calculate take profits. Now, stop loss is equals to entry price minus pips. Entry price minus pips. First of all, I've written it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the assumption. Let me explain why we have that. Remember, I told you that
Yes.
anytime you're buying in the market, the only way you're going to make profits if there is an increment in the price you bought. And I gave an illustration also that, let's say Mr. Kingsley now bought a piece of land for $500,000. Let's say you bought that land for $500,000, right? The only way you're going to make profit on that land is if that land increases from 500,000. True or false?
True.
So even if it increases from 500 to 510, because it has increased, you are making profit. So that 500,000 you bought is like your entry price. So in the Forex market too, anytime you pick a trade, there is always an entry price. If you remember when the video you watched on the types of trade, I said we have instant or market execution where the market gives you an entry price. So meaning entry price would always be like it's always a factor that determines how many profits will let you know if you're profitable or not. But let's say you bought that land for 500. You now later gave it out for 400,000. You are making a loss. True or false?
True.
Why are you making a loss? Because there was a reduction from your entry price. That is why our stop loss now, we are talking about loss, is entry price minus pips. So anytime there is a reduction in your entry price and you are buying, then that's the loss part of it. Do you get? So anytime there is an addition and you are buying, that's the profit. In fact, any day you enter a trade in the forex market and it's a buy, just keep praying, Father, let us keep going up. Of course, you don't base your analysis on prayer, right? You do the right thing. So I hope we understood that part. Did you understand that part?
Yes.
Good. Now let's write for the
Yes,
sales.
ma'am.
On the practical. So write trade modification when selling is opposite. That's like the subheading now. Trade modification when selling. Trade modification when selling. Trade modification when selling. Have you written it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this time around, right? In a sell trade, comma. In a sell trade, for you to take profits, you subtract pips from your entry price. You subtract pips from your entry price. So if we said we subtract pips from your entry price, what would the formula look like? It will be take profit is equals to what, Mr. King said?
Ma'am?
We said in a sell, you know, we showed a buy. We said buy, profit
Yeah.
will be, take profit will be entry price plus pips. In a sell, what would this formula look like? Entry price what?
Entry price minus pips.
Good. Entry price minus pips. John, do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So let's continue. While the stop loss? Stop loss is always opposite of how you calculate TP. So automatically it means now, right? Stop loss the entry price plus pips. Do you get now? Because you're calculating the loss for yourself. Entry price plus pips. So anytime you're modifying, this should be what should guide you. So anytime you sell, whether you understand or not, your prayer after you finish selling is, Father, let this price keep going down. I'm not saying when you enter trade, go and start playing. Do the right thing first. Entry price, let it keep going down after you sell or you sold, sorry. Right? That's the only way. It's just like they were selling Christmas fowl on Christmas Day. You sold your own for 10,000 naira that Christmas Day. The next day after Christmas, what happens? The price goes down. So maybe because nobody is patronizing people again, another person who is your neighbor who sells the same fowl now sold his own at 5,000 naira the next day after Christmas. And you sold your own at 10,000 when it was higher. Please, who made more profits?
You, the person who sold before Christmas.
Good, 10,000. The person who made because the price was higher. So the more it keeps going down, the more the price keeps going down. That person who sold when it was higher is the one who keeps making more profits. That is why anytime you sell, right after you sell, let the price keep going down. The more it keeps going down, the more profit you make when you're selling. But if after you sold, the price went up, you're in loss. So if you've ever seen somebody that sold, let's say, fuel, and probably you bought your fuel, maybe you're a filling station now, you bought your fuel and you sold at the rate of 180. After you finish selling at 180, you now want to go and restock. They're now telling you the new price is 300. You're already at the loss. Is it not? Because you need more money to be able to carry another one. So anytime it goes up after you sell, you're in loss. I hope you understand now. So anytime you sell, let it keep going down. This is the formula that is going to guide the practical we're going to do. So now, how do we now modify? How do we complete this tree? John, share your screen. So Mr. King, but everybody's going to practicalize at this point. Good. So John is on the MetaTrader. You're also going to do the same thing he's going to do. Yeah, now John, MetaTrader for good. Now, Mr. Kingsley.
I'm with you, man.
Working. Good. You can see we have a list of the currency pairs. So you two can go to the page where we have the list of different currency pairs. Right.
Okay.
Mr. Kingsley, so if you're on the page, you see the arrow at the bottom of John's screen. The first arrow takes you to where you have different currencies. So how do we place a trade? This is what you do. You look for the currency pair. So let's say, for instance, everybody click on Euro USD. So look at what John is going to do. You tap on, once you see Euro USD, you tap on it once. John, don't open yet. Just wait like that. So, Mr. Kingsley, I'm waiting for you. Have you seen Euro USD? EURUSD. That's the currency. Let me know when you see it. Or call the first one you're seeing. I'm asking Mr. Kingsley now. John understands this thing I'm teaching. So it's basically because of you. He's not on the call. Network is going. Okay. So I'll do a recording for them. So, okay, he's back again. Okay, Mr. Kingsley, you are the one I was waiting for. So I was saying John understands. Now go to your currency pair. Look for EURUSD. Once you see it, let's confirm. EURUSD.
I've seen it.
Good. Or yeah, tap on it. If you tap on it, John, tap on your own. Okay, good. What are you seeing, everybody? You should be seeing something similar to what is on John's screen. New order, open chat. Is that what you're seeing? Good.
Properties and
trade. What you click is new order. So click on that new order. Tap on new order. Please do that. Good. Everybody, you can see at the bottom they wrote buy or sell. Don't click anything yet, right? Is yours looking like this too? Buy or sell?
Yes, it's looking like this.
Good. At the top, you see where they wrote market execution. Is it not?
Yeah, I thought.
Okay. Now, under market execution, probably your own is instant execution. But either market execution or instant execution is the same thing.
How is market execution? Market execution.
It's 1.00 or 0.00 or 0.1. What are you seeing under market execution? The one that is in black.
The one that is on black is 0.00000.
No, it cannot be 00. Look at John's screen where they wrote 1.00. What is in your own there? Can you see the place they wrote 1.00 on his screen? Directly under market. So what's in your own? Okay, what's in your own? 1.00. Good. That place is where you select the lot size that I told you last class. Remember I told you the bigger the lot size, the bigger your risk. Let's change it to 0.05. So tap that place and manually type in 0.05. John, do the same now. Change it to 0.05. So before you place a buy or sell, you need to always set your lot size to what your account size can carry. If you know you're going to be funding with $100, or you start trading, start using 0.01. If it's $200, you can start using 0.02. So John, go back, new order, 0.05. Now click on sell. Once you're done, click on sell. After changing that lot size, everybody click on sell. So John has placed the sell.
Should also place in sell now.
Good. Now everybody look at where they wrote Euro USD sell. Under that Euro USD, they wrote a number. On John's screen, you see 1.07332. Even though you sold at the same time, your entry price will not be the same. So what's your own? That place you saw Euro USD, the number under it, 1.0. What do you have, Mr. Kingsley?
I have a 1.0730 now.
Good. 1.0730. 1.07330. Yes. Not 30, 330. Remember I told you that when you miss one number, it's just like trying to do transfer. If you want to send 10,000 or 100,000, if you meet 10, the number changes. So it should be 1.07330. Good. Now that number directly under that Euro USD is your entry price. Are you getting it now? Any number you see under the currency that you buy or sell, the one they wrote under it directly, that's always your entry price. So if you know you are going to forget, just write it somewhere in your note that notes. Your entry price is always the number directly under that currency after you place the trade to your left side. So write it somewhere you won't forget, though, because everything you're going to do when you're modifying is going to be added or subtracted from that entry price. So if you don't know what the entry price is, there will be issues. So write that down. Note, entry price is always the number directly under the currency you are buying or selling to your left after you place the buy or sell. So write it in a way that you understand. Have you written that?
Yeah.
Good. So what you both of you just did was you just either bought or sold. Did you sell too, right? Or did you buy?
I sold.
Good. Though we are just doing practical, just playing with our hands. But both of you, what you just did can be likened to a man that opened his shop and is not staying there. Meaning, if they are bringing profits, you won't know. If they are bringing loss, you won't know. If you pay attention right now, you sold at 0.05. That's the lot size you use. Presently, John's own. If you look at the right side of the screen, there is a number that is changing. It's in red. You're seeing it in red. It's showing minus 0.20. Yes. Good. That number is in dollars. It's like saying presently, okay, it's in profit at the moment. So if that number starts showing 5, that will be $5. That thing I told you in the last class that when you use 0.05, if the market does 10 pips, you make $5. That's when you will see the number of dollars you are making or you are losing. Do you understand now? So how do you now modify this trade? Set a profit target or a loss target so that when it gets to 1, it closes. Before we do that, everybody tap your screen. Don't press down. Tap that trade that is going. Tap the trade that you enter now. John, tap it. Tap.
Once or twice?
Once. You should open the way John's own is open right now. So if yours opens the way his one is open, you did the right thing. So tap, not press. Tap. Have you tapped it?
Yes, I tapped now.
Okay, did he open the way his own to open right now?
Yes.
Good. Now look at that place where it opened. You see where they wrote SL and TP on your screen?
Yes.
Good. Yes. In front of the SL, there is no number there. In front of the TP, remember SL means stop loss. There's nothing. What it means is you've not modified this trade. So if we now want to modify, Let's say in the market, they would have given you the take profit and stop loss. But for now, we are just doing practical. Let's say they did not give us take profit. I now told you that add 50 pips as stop loss. If I said add 50 pips, in your notes, the last class, for this kind of currency pair, 50 pips would have been 0.0050. If you add it to your entry price, since you already know what the entry price is, whatever figure it gives you, right, is what you will now go and use to modify. Let's say I said for take profit, use 100 pips. Under that pips calculation, whatever 100 pips is, for currency pairs with 4 or 5 decimal common currency pairs, the first one, whatever 100 pips is, you will add it. You subtract it because you're selling from your entry price. Whatever it gives you, let me show you how you go and modify. Now, don't worry, follow me. You will look at that calculation later. Let's focus on how we're going to modify this trade now. So, where are you going to go to set it? Now, tap that trade once again. Now, you are not just tap it, let it close. Tap it, good. You should close back the way zone is. Once you do that,
yeah.
Now press down. John, press your trade down. Press down 1.5. Good. Have you seen the way you press down, Mr. Kingsley? You should have this pop-up that says close order, new order, modify order.
Yeah.
Good. Remember, we says to modify a trade means you want to put stop loss or take profit. So you will now select modify order. So click on that modify. So click on modify order, please. John, I need your attention. Modify. Good. So, Mr. Kingsley, is it looking this way?
It's looking same, man.
Good. I want to show you something. John, that background is noisy. Whoever is distracting you, tell them you're in class. So, on the screen, you see where there is 0.0000. There are 0, 0, 0s in 2 scenarios. There is a place where you put take profits to your right. If you see beneath the zeros, there is a faint green line. There is a green line to the left. There's a red line under the zeros. Let me know if you see the green line I'm talking about. John, move your cursor to the zeros on top of the green. Let him get. John, I like it. Good. Can you see where John's screen is right now? On that green line, the zeros on top of the green. You know when you say your account balance is green, you have money. Green means something good. So that green line is where you put your take profits. Whatever number your price is, your take profit. But the right side, sorry, the left side, John, move it to the red line where you put stop loss. When you tell your friends, accounts red is in loss, no money. Good. So that red line, the zeros there, that's where you also put your stop loss. So you can write it down. The green line is where you put your take profits. The green line is where you put your take profit figure. And the red line is where you put your stop loss. I'm going to give us assignment, so you're going to modify. So pay attention. Okay, good. So John, thank you. You can stop sharing. So I'm now going to show us an example of what we are going to modify, right? I'm going to share my own screen back just a minute. So you're going to call your entry price for me. So, Mr. Kingsley, what's your entry price again for that cell, USD cell?
1.07304.
7304. Are you sure? You gave me a different. Is this
Let
the
me call
one
it again.
directly under that Euro USD? This is the one directly under that Euro USD. Okay.
Yes.
So we know our entry price now. And because we are selling, I now said, let's use 30 pips as our stop loss and 100 pips as our take profits. 30 pips as our stop loss will now be, for this kind of currency, it will be 0.0030. Sorry, I'm trying to connect back via my phone. So while I'm trying to do that, because the formula for stop loss when selling says entry price plus pips. Now I set 30 pips stop loss. What it means is you will add your entry price plus that 30 pips. Whatever number it gives you is where you go and put where you are supposed to put stop loss that I showed you on that red line. So let's say I add this now. I know that automatically this should give me one point. If you add it with calculator, right, it should give me 1.07604. I added because I'm calculating stop loss for a sell. Formula is entry price plus pips. So I added. But let's say now I want to calculate take profits. And I said 100 pips. I'll still use the same entry price, 1.07304 plus what is 100 pips for this kind of currency pair? 0.0100. Good. So because I'm selling and I'm calculating take profit, I will subtract. The formula says in a cell, entry minus pips. Hope you got that. So this time around, by the time I subtract, I should have 1.06304. Exactly. So this take profit figure now is one I will now go back, click that trade that I was running before, and I'll select modify trade. In the green part, I'll put that 1.06304. In the red part, I'll put 1.07604. Do you understand? So use these figures now. Go and modify that trade, meaning go and click the trade, put the green one, the profit on the green one, put it on the red one. Once you do that, screenshot and send to my WhatsApp. John, are you still with us? John, yeah, you see, do the 30 people.
Yes, I'm here.
Want to modify and send.
My network is showing me okay.
And send. Is your network okay now?
Yes, I think it's stable now.
So I said, do the same thing for your own trade. Modify and send me the screenshots on WhatsApp.
Okay, ma. Right. 1.07304. TP 1.06304. 1.06. 6304. Stop loss 1.07604. 1.0704. And if only them are played on Abby.
So have you both done it?
Ah. I've done mine.
You sent to me on WhatsApp.
Yes, I've done that.
Okay, okay. Okay, so modify. Now wait. Have you clicked on that modify button?
No, not yet.
Please share your screen again. Share your screen for us. Let Mr. Kingsley see what.
Alright.
Okay, so Mr. Kingsley, look at. You know how we got here already now. You just click on that trade, press it down. You see modify. You select modify order and you type in. So once you do that, always modify it separately. Do one first before you do the other one. Why? Because while you're still at the beginning, if you make mistake on one, the broker will not allow you to modify. That modify now, you won't be able to click. And you will now be wondering what happened. Is the app not working? Not knowing that mistake with one. So if you do it separately, you know the one you make mistake with. So John, click on modify. John, have you clicked on modify? Mr. Kingsley, I'm waiting for your own. No. I've given you the figures already now. It's just to press it down, press that trade down, click on modify order, and then it will open. And you just use your hand and type it there. Let me know if you have any, if anything is giving you issues with that trade modification. So let me see. Okay, Mr. King said to have sent his own. Okay, good. So you were meant to now click modify. After that's done. Okay, so everybody got it. So now, today we are not spending much. We just came here to learn how to modify.
95.
It's simple.
8130.
So let's now do example of this is an example of an instant trade. John, share your screen. Let's now do an example of a pending order. You know, in that video, I told you pending orders are they must have given you a predetermined price, right? So you're not the one setting the price, though as time goes on in the market, you know how we always generate price. But for now, let's say we want to do a pending order. Now, John, I'm waiting for John. Oh. Okay, and we're almost rounding up. Oh. Mr. John, let me just show you how to set a pending order. Mr. Kingsley, let's just show you how it's going. Okay, because of those that will watch the recording, John, please go to how to set a pending order. Romer is on the call. And then we'll call it a day. That your pending order did not, that your modification, I don't think it went through. Tap it. You can see. This thing cost me a lot when I was still a beginner. There was a day I entered a good trade. I lost $700 because I thought I modified and I used the lot size. So always reconfirm. Okay, so just go to pending orders. Do an example of a pending order. Go, I'll give you the price for the pending order. What are you looking for, this one? Go like want to go out of here, like want to pick a trade. You are still modifying this one. Okay, I've seen you, Mr. Kingsley. This 1 point, you did 0 points. That trade will never get there in the next 3 months. All these kind of mistakes, avoid it when you are trading. It's like saying everybody is going to 1,000. You now go and mistakenly set 1 million targets. So nobody go reach 1 million or so. Oh, you can see now. This is why I don't want people to use. Do you know why it's not allowing you? Just go back, leave it. They must have understood how to modify a trade by now. This is because you are most likely using a default demo. It's always giving all those issues. All right. So go to quotes like want to place a pending order. Hurry up, John. The first arrow. So let's say we want to set a pending order now. Click on USD CHF at the top. So I can say just observe how we are going to set a pending order. Now click on new order. So this time around, before we click buy or sell, that's up where they wrote market execution, right? That's where you're going to click. That market execution. Once you tap it, you will see different lists. You now see buy limits, sell limits. So anyone they ask you to choose, that's the one you choose. So if they said set a sell limit, if they said set a buy limit, you now click on buy limit. So John, click on buy limit, for instance. Good. Can you see in this regard, they give you where you put price. So for a pending order, you will be the one to set the price. As I would say, you are buying or selling at a predetermined market price. So because I choose a buy limit, any price that must be lower than the market price. Now, how do I price? There are 2 lines that are moving up and down. There is a red line and there is a blue line that is moving up and down. That red line is a seller's price, and that blue line is a buying price. So those 2 are the current market price. It's reading 0.1977 at the moment. If I want to set a buy limit, I'll set something lower than that. So where the raw price, John, please type 0.915. Let's just set that. Put 0.915. 915. Can you see? The place is now highlighted, meaning you can place that trade. So place the trade, please. Click on place. Can you see? So that's an example of pending order. Now, Mr. Kingsley, look at the difference. On this USD CHF, can you see it's not at the top? The numbers there are still black.
Yes.
Where you are seeing 1.35 for Euro USD. Instead of that figure, using the dollar, the number is still showing where the market. That's because it's still pending. This order has not activated.
Yes.
That's good. But the moment market gets to the price at 9.15 that we set, presently the price is at 9.1960 something. That's the one that is changing. But the moment the market gets to 9.15, it will activate. This USD CHF will also go up. Instead of now seeing buy limit, you'll be only seeing ordinary buy, meaning that started buying. That's the difference between a pending order and an instant execution. So the purpose of this class was to show us how to modify it. Do you understand how to modify a trade now, everybody? Mr. Kingsley, do you know how to modify now?
Yes.
Good. So this is the assignment.
I know how to modify. Wait, no,
yeah.
Sorry.
I'm with you. Go on.
This trade that was played, there was no stop loss and take profit.
Thank you.
It was just the entry price that was played.
Thank you.
No stop loss and take profit.
How you can see, no, there's actually where you can put the take profit and stop loss. In that case, as this order has been set now, this pending order, you can tap on it also, press it down. You will see the option to modify. So press it down, John, for us. Can you see modify order? So after placing, this is what I always suggest when you're placing a pending order. First, place the order first. When it's placed, come back and modify. So you now press down to, you see modify order. You can always modify. And probably you set a pending order before, but you change your price. You can always delete it. When you press down, you also see option for delete order. Can you see, when you click it, can you see the green line now and the red line where you have those 000? That's where you also set your TP and your stop loss. Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear, man.
Okay, good. So I'm going to give us some assignments to modify. So write this down. Everybody submit. Buy USD JPY. I mean, after you call now, one, click on the buy on it. Buy USD JPY. TP, set 100 pips. Remember pips calculation for JPY? I gave them last week. So whatever 100 pips is, that's what you add to the entry price they gave you. TP, use 100 pips. Stop loss, use 40 pips. Are we there?
Yes.
Another one, sell GBP USD.
Sorry, you said stop loss, how many pips?
Stop loss 40.
Okay. Second one.
Stop loss.
Actually, GP.
Eh?
You said we should sell GP what?
GBP USD. Great Britain pounds. USD. GBP USD.
USD.
Yes.
Okay.
120 pips take profits. Meaning add 120 pips. No, or whether you're subtracting, I don't know. It's a sell. So when you're doing that calculation, be checking the formula to know whether you're adding or subtracting. You know, this one now is a sell. Sell GBP USD. Use 120 pips.
And take profit.
Take profits. And use 50 pips for stop loss. That's how many in total? That's how many in total?
2.
That's two.
So I've only
not give us entry.
Okay, let me not give you too much. Just do those.
Hello.
Yes?
You did not give us entry price.
No, when you sell, it's not a pending order now. That time we clicked. Did the market not give you entry price? It's only in a pending order that they will give you entry price. I told you what is an entry price. Anytime you buy or sell, that the number that the market gives you under that trade, once you click buy or sell, that's your entry price. Have you forgotten you wrote that in your notes? Do you get? All
So
these things
for
is
this market, sorry, ma. For this market, we are using a market price.
Yes, now instant execution. Once I say buy or sell, if I want it to be a pending order, I will tell you. Do you get?
Okay, I guess now.
All right. So that will be the assignment. That will be all for today. Please, the way I always receive my assignments, latest the second day. Let me tell you something about Forex. If this is your first time learning Forex, anything you learn, if you don't practice immediately that day, or latest the next morning, you'll forget. Trust me. You know, we've not left the call. You're already asking about entry price. By that tomorrow, you'll not even remember entry price. So I don't always collect assignment 2 days later. No. If you can't do it today, latest tomorrow, you need to send me your assignments. All right. So see us. I'm also, once you send me the assignment, I'll now send you a video you can watch over the weekend ahead of our Monday class. For now, we'll stick to Mondays and Wednesdays because most people are saying they are working, they can only do twice a week. Monday, we are going to market structure proper, like the real business, right? That's the main Forex. All these ones are still elementary topics. So thank you very much. Do you have any question?
No question
Well,
for
for me,
now.
no question.
For now, okay, good. So in the absence of no
For me,
question,
no
if
question.
you also want the
I have class on
recording,
Friday.
Mr. Kingsley, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was saying something. I said that means we don't have class on Friday.
You said?
I said that means we don't have class for Friday.
Yes, no class on Friday. That's how I'll send you recording
Okay.
ahead. So it's now be Mondays and Wednesdays for now. Right. And if we finish any class, you always want any recording. Maybe you forgot something you like to go over. Just meet me for the recording of that class. You'll have access to it so you can rewatch and refresh.
Okay.
So thank you. See you all. I'll be awaiting your
Thank you.
assignments. Have a wonderful evening.